and as it channels through different people, different cultures, traditions, in different parts of the world, it takes up different interpretations. Hello and welcome. If you're new to this channel, my name is Abhi and I help you create the life by design. Today in this video, we'll talk about a very ancient concept called Tantra. So what is Tantra? And there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding this word Tantra, especially in the West. And we'll tackle all these misconceptions as we go through the video. So without wasting any time, let's go on to the definition of Tantra. So let's break this word Tantra into two parts, Tan and Tra. Tan means expansion. Expansion of what? Expansion of your consciousness, your individual consciousness into infinite consciousness. And Tra is a vehicle through which we get to expand our consciousness and merge with the unity consciousness. So in other words, Tantra is a vehicle which takes you from this world, which is the world of duality, the world of polarity, into a non-dual state, the state of unity. So let's talk about how do you get to this place of blissful non-duality or unity, and what duality really is. Duality arises when we divide something into two. Examples are good and bad, right and wrong, black and white, positive and negative, male and female, me and you, us and them. And these are all examples of duality. Now you might ask, is dividing important? Well, it's essential for the mind so it can distinguish, recognize, and understand what it's looking at, as the mind only understands this existence through comparison or opposites. This is why most of our religions are rooted in the notion of duality, good and bad. Most of our practices associate good with God and bad with evil. So if good is created by God and bad is created by evil, then the obvious question is, who created evil? Is it God? Well, to find the answer to this question, we study Tantra. And Tantra offers an alternative path. See, as most people categorize their desires as good or bad, pure or impure, it creates a conflict deep within them, between their hearts and their minds. Especially when your heart longs for something that your mind has categorized as bad. So naturally, you'll be unable to reconcile these two impulses. And then we fall prey to guilt and self-condemnation. Or worse, we become hypocritical. And Tantra comes to rescue here. See, Tantra recognizes good and bad and teaches us that they are not polar opposites, but instead they are complementary, and that they are part of one. So in other words, Tantra takes the whole person with all his or her worldly desires into account, whether it's the desire of a material pleasure or a spiritual aspirations. This ends the internal struggle. And furthermore, Tantra teaches us an idea that every one of us possesses good and evil within us, that there is no distinction in the divine and profane. Now here's the most important part of Tantra. Tantra teaches us that everything is sacred. Now this is a game changer. If everything is sacred, including full spectrum of all our human emotions, such as anger, lust, fear, joy, sadness, excitement, and disgust. So instead of suppressing certain aspects of being human, Tantra teaches us how to effectively engage with these emotions. Now, this can be a little intimidating at first, and therefore it's mostly misunderstood. Lately, Tantra has gained a false reputation for advocating uninhibited sex, when it really simply teaches a direct engagement with sexual energy by bringing the aspect of witness awareness to the sexual act. The practice of Tantra helps to cultivate the ability to stay conscious and aware for longer periods of time. See, in the coming videos, we'll bring you more tantric techniques to develop your awareness, your witness awareness, through various meditations based on tantric breathing. So let's clear some misconceptions about Tantra. Misconception 1. I always get asked this question: why is Tantra related to sex? Or is Tantra good or bad for me? This Tantra is neither good or bad because it's merely a tool. My guru used to give this example that a knife, consider a knife. Knife is just a tool in itself. If this same knife is in surgeon's hand, it'll save a life. And if the same knife is given in some cook's hand, he'll cut vegetables with it. And if the same knife happens to be in some killer's hand, it will take a life. So I want you to think about Tantra the same way. It's merely a technique, and as it channels through different people, different cultures, traditions, in different parts of the world, it takes up different interpretations. So in other words, Tantra takes us to non-duality, essentially leading us to destroy the labels of good and bad. And it actually encourages the practitioner to experience things without them as good or bad. And this leads to the destruction of the limiting mental constructs, breaking free from dogmas and taboos of prior conditioning. Let's go on to the misconception 2. Can Tantra lead to my enlightenment? See, in Tantra, one doesn't even talk about reaching enlightenment. Because when you think about reaching enlightenment, we are essentially saying that we are here and the enlightenment is somewhere over there in the future. So automatically, we are creating a distinction that this is the starting point and then there's an ending point somewhere. In Tantra, the departure and the arrival are both here and now. And misconception 3. Do I need to renounce all my worldly desires, my possessions, in order to practice Tantra? No. In fact, Tantra encourages you to indulge in the worldly desires, but with awareness. Tantric disciplines encompass hundreds of esoteric practices of generating worldly and spiritual prosperity in a perfect blend. The profound science and practices pertaining to Hatha Yoga, Pranayama, Mudras, rituals, Kundalini Yoga, Nada Yoga, mantras, mandalas, visualization, all are part of Tantric disciplines. So let's summarize this. Tantra helps you cultivate this witness awareness. Witness awareness is a non-judgmental awareness of whatever is going on around you. So as you bring this awareness into your body, you start to accept all the things which you have not been able to accept about yourself. And then as you bring the same non-judgmental awareness about your mind, you start accepting all the compulsions of the mind, the desires of the mind, which you were suppressing before, but now you give room for them to just exist. And you know the nature of the mind is just that this shall pass too. It'll only pass when you watch the content of the mind with a non-judgmental awareness. The regular practice of Tantra can lead you to experience a state of union. And this state of union can be developed by cultivating witness awareness to the act you are engaged in your daily life. This is the true understanding of non-duality that comes through developing your witness awareness. So I hope this video helped you see Tantra from a new perspective. And maybe you learned a little bit from this video. And if you did, please make sure you hit the like button so we can bring this knowledge to more and more people. So in the coming videos, we'll start bringing more and more videos to develop this, cultivate this witness awareness through different tantric techniques. And all these techniques are based on breath awareness. So make sure you don't miss any videos and stay tuned by subscribing and hitting that bell icon. Until next time, my name is Abhi and I help you create the life by design. Namaste and peace.